Welcome, friends, comrades, and listeners. It's our first birthday. We can't believe we've been around for a whole year and that we get to celebrate it with you. Join us for a tipsy bonanza where we chat about our favorite episodes, play some rousing rounds of Fuck, Marry, Kill, and share our goals for next year. We also have a special surprise for our international listeners. Thanks for sticking with us for a whole year, and here's to the next. Enjoy the show. Should I do my gold tequila first or my silver tequila first? I'm pretty sure they're the same thing, just in different colored bottles.
I think gold seems like the way to start it off.
Okay.
Like Gold Rush, and then we'll end with like, I don't know why, but like Bejeweled, like, you know, current era.
Okay. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Is there alcohol in that?
Yeah, I put the High Noon in my Pioneer Woman mug so that I could use both of my Pioneer Woman mugs at the same time.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Delicious. Yeah, you do that to yourself. I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm taking.
Well, I only drank half of it. I did not do that all in one shot. No way. I'm not taking a 2.5 ounce shot. I'm in my mid-20s now.
You absolutely could handle it. I just can't because I told you already. High Noons are really growing on me though. I never really
like High Noons
until I tried. Yeah, I never tried like this brand until maybe a few months ago, and I was like, wow, this is I don't know what's the word for edible, but like with drinks, this is like sippable.
Yeah. Okay. Why did we start this episode doing shots? Why are we talking about alcohol, listener?
It's our 1 year anniversary.
I don't know why my go-to celebration music is the John Cena theme, but like that's just gonna be how it is, and it will continue to probably be that way until the end of the time. Welcome to our 1 year podiversary. Woohoo! We've been around for a year. Actually, it's technically a little bit more than a year because technically our trailer went out in mid-October, but I don't count that, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, this seems fair. Fair enough.
Hello and welcome. We're gonna be fun and we're gonna be drunk. I already had a mimosa. I went to brunch this morning, so I have been preparing for this all day. We have listeners all over the world, which is bizarre. Not in every country. That's one of my goals for next year is to get listeners in every country. Maybe we already do, because actually there's like a good percentage of listeners who have very strong privacy settings and don't let us see where they're from. I'm assuming there's strong privacy settings, but I don't think that we'll ever get China because Apple Podcasts is like weird about like releasing in China, and like I don't want to get.
Oh, it's Apple that's weird?
It's Apple Podcasts, but I'm already on the Chinese government's watch list potentially. Did I tell you this? Okay, so I found out this recently. The general gist is that you all know that I work in book publishing, and there is a book that I am working on that the Chinese government is not happy about. And I found out recently that if I were to travel to China, I would be on a list and I might want to be careful.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that sucks. I wonder if I'm on that list too because we have a similar last name. I would not risk it. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Well, good to know.
Well, anyway, we'll see. Because for our international listeners, I am going to say hello to you in all of your national languages. Now, some disclaimers. Many of you have a lot of national languages, and I did not look up how to say hello in all of them. So if the language that you speak natively is not on this list, it is because I A, missed it, or B, chose not to do it because it was one of several national languages, or C, I pronounced it so horribly that it was unrecognizable. Yeah, I would like to apologize in advance for these pronunciations. I did look them up on Google Translate, so that gives you the level. I also wrote out fake phonetic pronunciations for some of them. That doesn't mean that I will pronounce them correctly, and I apologize for that. I am truly trying my best. I respect all of your languages, listener. Although, I guess if you're listening to this, you all speak English. You listen to unless you fall asleep to our dulcet tones and don't actually know what we're saying. I don't know.
You respect all of them except you personally don't respect the French. But
No,
I
don't.
So you have 50% support.
Okay, so ready? Mm-hmm. Hello. obviously. Hello in all the accents of the English speakers. Hello. Namaste. Kamusta. Hola. Dia duit. Ahoy. That's in multiple languages. Ahoy is how you say hello in multiple languages.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
Zdravo. Herete. I forget what language that is.
What
I
language
definitely
is that?
butcher that because the beginning syllable of that is definitely a sound that I don't know how to make. Shalom. Bonjour. Ahalan. Bună ziua. Ciao. Privet. Ni hao. Zdravite. Vitam. Hi. Merhaba. Xin chao. Namaskar. Hey. Oh, this is the hardest
That's
one for me.
Dutch.
I practiced this one. Anu yeseo. That's Korean. Sveki. Konnichiwa. Woohoo! Hello
Fair
to
enough.
our international listeners. And once again, I apologize for what are probably horrible American pronunciations of many of your native words. Some of them were really cool. I was very excited to find out how you say hi in a lot of these languages. Yeah.
Sawadika in Thai, but I don't know if we have any Thai listeners, sadly.
We don't. I did specifically make sure that there was no Thai listeners because I knew you were going to ask about that, Rachel. We don't. At least, well, listen, they could be one of the 15% that have very strong privacy settings and don't let us see that they have listened to our podcast. But
listen, fair enough. Maybe those are the Chinese
listener, for
listeners,
example. We just get aggregate information. We do not get like this person who lives in this address downloaded your podcast.
No.
Like it's just like by country.
No. Yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, because you can get that on like a lot of things. There's like a lot more things than you would think, but it's easy to get your like GPS.
It's easier. I mean, again, like I think I've talked about this before. Like I've had to find like celebrity addresses many a time, like addresses for random people. Guys, your address is on the internet and it is not someone who is determined to find it will be able to find it very easily without going on any like shady websites. Like it's there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, it's there. It's on the internet.
And if you take like any kind of online survey, they will be given your GPS location. I've never used that. I would obviously never use that to look at someone, but you could, but like it is really, I mean, at the same time, it is really useful because you can then like figure out what state or like country someone's from and then use that as like a variable in your in your regressions. Be careful, y'all. Listen, the more I think about it, everyone should think about getting I'm blanking on what it's called. It's the
VPN.
What's it called when you can getting a VPN? Yeah. And I feel like it used to be a lot easier to find free ones that were actually good. Like I remember I used to have one. It was called like Ola or something, and it let me watch Netflix in Australia before Australia had Netflix, because I would like pretend that I was in the US. Now they cost money, but like honestly, I'm thinking about paying for one just because of like
I see them advertised a lot, like YouTubers, like NordVPN. I see a lot.
NordVPN,
NordVPN. If you want to sponsor us, we would be willing to do.
Because I do think that's a good product for everyone to have.
I do think we do ready to.
And not to sound paranoid, but like cover your laptop camera, like all of that. We have these cool little sliders. No, but it sounds paranoid, but
mine
it's actually,
fell off.
Really,
my slider fell off. I haven't been using.
Well, mine's still on. Well, you could just get a little sticker then, or like tape. Anyway.
Also, that data that we have is downloads only. So if you don't download our podcast, we don't get any of your data. And also, you should download the podcast when you listen to it. You can undownload it as soon as you're done, but download each episode because that does help us with like podcast rankings and it like recommending to other people. Like downloads are, I don't know why, because like streaming is like so
it's from the old days.
It's from the olden days of podcasthood,
when there wasn't like data,
when people didn't have like internet.
Also, there's this awesome setting on like everywhere you listen where it says delete automatically, and it will delete automatically. So if you're someone like me who would like definitely forget and then have like all the storage on your phone taken up, never fear.
I do get the little rush of the remove download button. I am like, there you are.
Like it's like when I finally close all my tabs and or something. So much dopamine. Am I wrong? When you finish a big project that you have like literally 3,000, you just like click the big X. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do another shot because I feel like I deserve it after saying that list.
Okay. Fair enough.
1, 2, 3, cheers. You know what? At least it's tequila. Like, that's the only thing that I can do shots of nowadays. Everything else is just too repulsive. I also, listener, my chaser is my apple cider and my water, so.
That's the first thing I ever did a shot of, I remember, with Mom, weirdly. We
The
won them in
first thing
bingo.
I ever did a shot of was Medovach in Belgrade.
It's just, that shit was good. I think that is the one thing I could do a shot of because it's so sweet.
I
It's like
enjoy
honey.
Medovach.
Just like how I had champagne that I enjoyed for the first time ever at this wedding a few weeks ago. It literally tasted like sugar juice. It was so good. Everyone around me was like, oh, this is such bad champagne. I'm like, no, this is the first champagne I've ever been like, I enjoy drinking this.
Yeah, when people are like, oh, I don't like sweet alcohol, I like dry wine. And I'm like, I would like it to literally be like drinking candy. This is my preference.
Exactly. Like you know that rock candy? Melt that down, put it in a cup. I will sip it right up. Which is ironic because then like 2 weeks after that's the reason I'm not taking shots because I just simply can't. But also like a few weeks ago, I at the age of 28, this is really embarrassing. I was really embarrassed in the moment. I'm still really embarrassed. I accidentally got really, really drunk at like a sort of work event. And like I still don't know how. I don't know how because it literally all they had was like champagne. I don't even like champagne. So I was just sipping it. I had like maybe 3 glasses, maybe over like 2 or 3 hours. And then suddenly, and I don't think I had eaten is the thing. And then just like all of a sudden I was like sitting on a couch and I stood up to go to the bathroom and I was like, wait, I don't have control of my body. Okay, here's the thing. I'm thinking lower bowl for Taylor. I'm willing to subsidize your ticket, but we also have to have like we got to plan outfits. They have to be homemade. That's what I decided to maximize our chances. We have to look like fans. TM. Like this is not about looking good. This is about looking like a fan.
Rachel,
capital.
You don't need to tell me because listen, of probably everyone in this whole group, I am the only one who has been remembered years later by fellow concert goers for the outfit that I homemade. When I went to the American Idol concert tour. Remember when American Idol, they like the top 10 did concerts? And this is when Adam Lambert was on American Idol because I was an Adam Lambert girl. I loved Adam Lambert.
Absolutely.
And my friend and I, we went to this concert and we made shirts that said Got Lambert on them in the style of like Got Milk.
I remember
and
that.
We like spray painted them. And literally like both of us have had separate experiences in which we're like speaking to someone like a decade later and they're like, wait, did you go to like the American Idol concert with Adam Lambert in like Philadelphia? Because like I remember your shirt. So
okay, that's incredible. I started brainstorming.
Anyway, all right, let's move. This is not a Taylor Swift, even though I do have some Taylor Swift themed fuck, marry, kills later. This is our we're a romance podcast and this is our love letter / seduction of you. That's why we're getting drunk as a social lubricant.
Seduction of you?
Of our listeners.
What?
This is me. No. Continue listening to our podcast. Share it with your friends. Rate and review.
Okay. All right, so the next thing is no, stop right now. The next thing is
Rose. We're gonna do a Rose and Thorn. So let's talk about the thing that we liked the most and the thing that we disliked the most. Rachel, would you like to go first?
About what?
The podcast. About doing the podcast.
Oh, okay, sure. The thing that I like the most, or are we doing like one like and then dislike?
What's your rose?
Let's start with dislike. Let's start with thorn.
Okay,
that's better.
Okay.
My thorn is having to read physical books. Not all the time. It's just really stressful, like especially now.
Too.
Like people, I know, but I already have to read so much. It's just like more time. I don't know. And I'm also putting on a full scale musical, not by choice. So there's that. I don't know. I know it's only 2. Also, when we have to record and it's dinner time and I'm hungry and you won't let me eat.
Just because you chew so loudly, Rachel.
Yeah, well,
we've done episodes when I've eaten a full dinner and you haven't even noticed that I ate the dinner until you're like, okay, we're done. Go eat dinner. And I'm like, I already ate my dinner while we were recording.
Maybe that's just a you problem then. How do we know the mics find it different? What I'm saying is maybe your hearing is just better than mine.
It
Is what I'm
is.
saying. Sure, but then that's a you thing, not a.
I'm the one editing the podcast. Okay, so my thorn. Well, my thorn at the beginning was the fact that I was really into editing the podcast to the extent where I would like listen to it twice. Like I would basically edit it twice. And that took up a lot of time, listener, and I don't do that anymore. So I'm very glad. But my thorn is that you didn't like Reese Winterborne. That was very upsetting. I re-listened to that episode and I was like, how could she not like Reese Winterborne? Our marrying Winterborne episode, listener. It's just like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, I didn't know that like my own sister had such poor taste in men. Like, what a revelation.
Yeah, I just don't think I like men, period. Or anyone. No.
That is something that I talked about at brunch today with my friend about how
What?
men are trash. About how like all the men in her life are just like the worst.
Yeah.
Okay. Rachel, what's your rose for this year's episode? I could not remember that word.
My rose has been doing this project with you. Unironically, I just really like having like something that we're like working on together.
You cheesy bastard.
It's true. And I like I don't know, I like bringing romance to like, I don't know, our fans that reach out to us on like Instagram and on other places like email. It's just
even
always
in, like reviews.
So, like, yeah, like totally. I'm being totally front / SRS right now. Like it's
what
just
does
so
that
amazing
mean?
that there's like people. It's like a
oh, serious.
Like serious, like a tag. Yeah, serious.
Oh, okay.
What
I was picturing like something similar to like an RSS feed,
tag,
and I was like, "What's an RSS feed? Like
tag.
what?"
Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy when there's like people that enjoy listening to us and like engaging with this with this stuff
weird.
with like
That's
books
when
with
I'm
us.
editing
Yeah.
episodes. I'm like, my voice is so annoying. Why does anyone like listening?
Okay, well, that's something that's actually I think I've gotten a lot better with. Not just because of this, but just as I've gotten older also. Like, I remember the first time I had to watch myself, probably not the first time, but like I just remember doing some project in like library class in elementary school and we had to like film ourselves doing a fake newscast. And I literally couldn't stay in the room when they were playing my groups. No. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. This is too embarrassing. I can't handle it. Yeah.
See, I've always been I'm very good at public speaking, at presenting. Like I gave my graduation speech. I've always been very good at that. But this is like different because I'm not like reading from a script. I don't have like prepared things to say. And so like I feel like I'm a lot more variable like in how I talk and how I present like and when you always nag me about this. Not in the context of the podcast, but like outside of like when I like get like excited, not necessarily excited happy, but just like stimulated, like my voice gets really high and like loud, and I feel like sometimes that happens on the podcast. It definitely gets more higher pitched than my natural speaking voice.
I don't know. Yeah. Do I nag you about that a lot? You kind of get louder
outside of the podcast.
That's not a bad thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I just like don't talk loudly. Like I struggle to talk loudly regularly. So maybe when I'm like being loud for me, it's just like normal pitch for most people. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I struggle to talk loudly without sounding like I'm yelling. Like that's the thing. It's like so hard.
Well,
I don't know how people do it.
I can control it because I did theater, right? And like I know how to project without being annoying, like getting that high pitched. But when I'm not like when I'm not consciously like thinking about it, it gets high pitched and loud.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, sometimes it's a bad thing when our mics blow out and like I'm like, oh, listeners are gonna get their ears hurt by this.
Yeah. No, it's hard. And maybe that's why I think maybe my hearing is actually better than most people's because my voice never sounds quiet to me. Like I don't know.
My rose is that all of our top 10 episodes have over 1,000 downloads, which is very exciting.
Wow.
And a lot of them have like way more than like in the multiple thousands. So thank you,
Wow.
listeners.
That's
And if that
awesome.
15% of you that haven't downloaded yet,
yeah, I mean, if we could get it to even if we can get to 2,000 average an episode, that's
incredible.
like in the clear.
It's interesting because so I've looked up, so listener, obviously if you've listened to this podcast for this whole year, you know that I'm autistic, and so when I get interested in something, I get really fucking interested in it. Like I did so much research before we started this podcast. I read every article under the sun about like how to start a podcast, how to advertise, how to edit, like all of that shit. And all of the things are like, because a lot of people will start a podcast, release like 5 episodes, and then like abandon it. So like if you've released like 10 episodes of your podcast, like you're already in the top 10%. And like if you've released like 50 episodes like we have so far, like you're in the top like 2%. Because there's so many people who like don't, or there's like just interest. Even like short-term podcast, you know what I mean? Like people that only do like one season and then they drop off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like hard to be like, yes, we're in the top 2% of podcasts, but then like, you know, NPR's All Things Considered is like X number of down, and like it's not like we can't compare it. We're not NPR. We're never gonna be NPR. But you know, even just like looking at like the other books things, we do occasionally pop up. We get a notification that we popped up in the Apple Podcasts US charts. I've never seen us on the list because I always get the notification where it's like you were in the charts at some point recently, but we're not going to tell you what it was.
Like Australia,
but listener,
like
we would love to be in the charts for that. So especially, I mean, Spotify is where most of you are listening. But if you do listen on Apple Podcasts, we would love for you to download, and we would love to be able to get on that list, which is I think like the list shows like the top like maybe 80 to 100, something like that. We would love to be on that list. So
yeah,
you know what to do.
And we're currently if you average like all of our downloads, all of our podcasts, we're at like an average of like 822 downloads per episode, which is really good. And if we can double that in the next year even,
like, and we're like increasing every month. Like there's never been a month when our average has gone down, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
The number of times I've calculated on my calculator, like on my phone, is just like really...
same. I know.
And I got like an ergonomic laptop or an ergonomic keyboard, right? To like as like an attachment to my laptop because I have carpal tunnel, listener. And it has a special button on it that brings up your computer's calculator. Like it literally is just a button dedicated with a little picture of a calculator on it. I was like, this laptop was made for me.
Wow, the way that would
really changed my life. I was very excited to get this, my little ergonomic keyboard.
I need like a dates button, like that will like tell you how, like if you want to know like 30 days from or like 150 days from a certain date. That's what I would need.
Yeah, I just do
would help
Siri. I just be like, Siri, what's like this from this date?
I just type it into Google and it comes up, but like yeah, there's so many things like that seem so minor but like make a huge difference. Oh, my fucking like personal computer had been threatening me for like months that it needs to restart. And then
pause it.
I finally did it. And you know what happened? So also for months previously, my Microsoft Word had been like, you need to log in to activate, to like make sure your license is whatever. You need to log in. I just ignored it. It fucking logged out of my Microsoft Word license and now it's expired and I don't have one anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm very mad that like Microsoft 360 is like the thing now because that's like all in the cloud, right? And then so you have to renew a license, whereas before you downloaded Microsoft. And so like, yeah, you would have like an older version of Microsoft, but you would still have access. Whereas now everything's cloud-based. And that is a conversation that I've been seeing people have. Like a lot of those, like Adobe does it, like a lot of like different things that you used to be able to like
they can pay you for storage,
and now you have to like pay them to renew your subscription and like get the latest version, as opposed to just being able to like work with like the original version that you were working with and like update when you want to. Right.
Yeah, because they're trying to make everything subscription based. It's such bullshit. Not that you say that, it is Office 365 that I can download, I think, which I assumed included Word, but
Office 365 is the cloud
you're like,
one. Yeah,
it's all in our inevitable slide into feudalism. The little people aren't going to be able to own anything anymore. You will have to constantly be paying tribute to your feudal lord. Listen, as long as I know who the feudal lord is, right? Just tell me who I need to suck up to and we're good. I don't like this. Like, you got Microsoft Daddy, you got Google Daddy. I don't like this.
I need to know. I want transparency in my feudal system.
Right.
If I'm gonna be a serf, like I want to know who I'm gonna be a serf to.
Who do I need to sleep with? Let's be real. Like, come on.
Who do I need to bring tithes to? Like, give me, like, make me understand. Oh boy.
God.
Oh boy. So
Okay.
Rachel, what was your favorite episode that we've done?
Oh man. That's a question.
Can I be completely honest? When I wrote down that as something that we could talk about during our 1-year anniversary episode, I had intended to like go back and listen to all of our episodes, and
oh wow,
that didn't happen. That did not happen. Listener, I do sometimes listen to our old episodes, like especially for books that I really liked, because like I'm narcissistic and I think we're funny, and like I enjoy listening to our episodes, and obviously you're listening to this one, so you do too. But no, I was like, that's actually a lot of hours of content. Even 2 times speed, like that's a lot to listen to. That's like multiple books.
The first thing that pops into mind for me was is Love Hypothesis, because that was just like one of my favorite books of that year, and so like I just love talking about it. And also like it was really therapeutic in a way, because it was about like a PhD program, which I was currently in at that point. So I don't know. It was just really fun. Yeah. What's your favorite?
I wrote this down and I didn't.
Well, you can still scroll through to remember all the names.
I did scroll through.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Fuck.
What about your interview with Alison Cochran?
No, that made me so anxious. Like she was so nice and I enjoyed it. I think you should go listen to the episode like right now. But editing it back, like I was cringing so hard, not because the episode is cringy, but because it's me. Because it's like me interviewing someone, and like
you were like putting yourself in that new role,
have anxiety, and I'm like overthinking. I'm like, oh my god, did she think I was such a loser for like saying?
Yeah,
she was very nice. Yeah, go listen to the interview. But no, that was like so nerve-wracking. I did not. Ooh, like it was nice talking to her in the moment, but yeah, no. Editing that was horrible.
I get it. I know it's like my newscaster thing, so maybe I haven't come that far. Maybe if I had to be a newscaster,
I feel like that's common for everybody. Like a lot of actors don't like. Let's say, you know what? I'm gonna say part 1 of Red, White, and Royal Blue, because that was the one where we both, after we finished recording, we're like, wow, that was a really good episode. Like both of us were like, I got the good vibes. And it's not like I haven't gotten the vibes of that for other episodes.
Yeah.
But that specific one, I remember both of us were like, that was a good one.
Yeah. It's like when you go have a good run, but you can never tell when it's going to happen until you're like already doing it. Like it's like no matter, it's like you can put in all the factors. It's like I slept well. I like ate really good today. I like am so energized, but like you could still feel sluggish. And then like on the other hand, yeah,
that was a good one. All right, it's time. I'm cracking open this silver tequila.
Oh my god!
Ready?
I feel like those are like
I finished my Angry Orchards.
Ending with Bejeweled. Best you know I'm still bejeweled.
We're only like halfway done. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus
What do we
Christ.
think the third Taylor Swift's music video will be? Because I correctly predicted the first. Well, she told us what the first one was going to be, but I was correct that Bejeweled would absolutely be the second one. You okay?
Okay. So we already kind of talked about stats. We talked about our top 10 episodes and like our average and like our listeners. I don't know what else to say other than thank you. We're almost at 50,000. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because, you know, we always keep it be real here. We're always real here. I'm not done with the youth. But I would have liked to get to 50,000 in the first year. We're very close to that, and so I want to thank you all. And if you guys start downloading the episodes, because I know because I have access to streaming data for Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and so I know there are enough of you streaming on those 2 sites that we could have gotten 50,000 downloads if all of you downloaded. So You should do that. And you should also share this with your friends. Why not? Listen, we've already had a few people let us know that they're listening to this on road trips. So why not plug
Yeah.
it in on a road trip with the gals and introduce them to a fun new podcast? I'm always seeing people asking for podcast recommendations.
That's
Send
true.
them on the way. They don't even have to read the books. You want to know the number of romance podcasts I've listened to where I haven't read the book and I'm still like very entertained? I like to think that our episodes are like that.
Oh, absolutely.
We're very big on TikTok. We're not very big, but we're relatively large on
We're
TikTok.
big.
Well, we don't have like, you know, six
We
figures
have like
of
25,000
followers. We have
followers.
like
Yeah.
5 figures, which is like big, but not like wildly so. So thank you for that. I think that's probably why our Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover episode is our most popular by far. Like
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
far our most popular episode. Which is funny. Did you hear? So there was like a pirating site that a lot of people used, and it was specifically a lot of people used it for textbooks, but you could also get like regular books. And apparently some Colleen Hoover fan on TikTok like made a TikTok about how she loves this site, and it got taken down by the US Postal Service.
Oh, God. Wow, the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
Look at
I was like, I
them.
didn't know they were allowed to do that, but okay. And everyone was so
Wow.
pissed because they were like, that's where I got my college textbooks. Like, I still have a semester left of college. Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, good overall for pirating sites to be taken down, because like pirating sites really do hurt authors, particularly like authors who are not Colleen Hoover and who are not selling like tens of thousands of books a week.
Right.
So like buy books or get them from the library as often as you can, but also like textbooks. And we have a mom who works in academia, so like I feel like I have the authority to say that. Like, feel free to pirate your textbooks. The authors of those textbooks are not. Mom gets like 10 cents in royalties.
Right. No, it's like, am I going to sit here and say that shoplifting is okay? Absolutely, I am.
Like, don't do it for like regular authors, particularly small authors, but like
No,
textbooks,
not for
I feel like textbooks, it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Those authors are not getting money. You know what I mean? Like, those authors, they're not getting the money. The authors of the textbooks, they get like 10 cents. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, people. Be careful, be safe out there, but like,
you know, don't. Yeah.
Listen, I mean, not. Yeah, no, you can really fuck up your future. Like, unfortunately, who was that celebrity that?
Winona Ryder.
Woman celebrity.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, Winona Ryder. Everyone turned on her. They were like, "Oh my god, she's like."
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, there's just so many celebrities like that where I think back and it's like there was this huge like quote unquote scandal that at the time I was just like, that's what you're told. So I was like, oh, that was really, really bad. And you think, you're like, wait a second, like,
it's not actually that bad.
What's going on? Like, yeah. You really never know like what's going on in someone's life that's making them like from the outside seem like they're acting in like a certain And
I mean, that isn't to like excuse like all bad things that people do, because I think there are certain things where it's like,
not even no. And I'm not even saying like being. I'm saying like if they're like not
like have empathy. Like Britney Spears, like when she had like her whole breakdown, it was because she was being like constantly harassed and overworked and like
exactly.
abused.
Yeah. Like, I guess I'm not saying like assume the worst, but like picture what the worst could be and then be like, would this make sense with how this
like
person,
picture yourself in that situation. Picture the worst and then picture yourself experiencing the worst and then being like, there's a very good chance that they're like, no matter how rich they are. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's do my last shot. I don't know how much your Pioneer woman mugs have. This is my last shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Good.
That wasn't as bad as the rest of them. I think my tongue is losing feeling, and that's why.
Oh no.
No, not really. That's not true. I feel it. It's actually like burning very heavily right now.
Good.
And I did take a COVID test this morning because Detta has been hacking up a lung this whole week, and he didn't wear a mask on his international flight. And I was like, I swear to fucking God, like,
oh my God.
And I had a sore throat last night and this morning. So I was like, so I took a COVID test and I'm negative.
Yeah. COVID's still here. This is funny. It's not really funny, but like COVID's still around, people. I saw a TikTok really recently that was like, this person was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. every night for the past like 3 nights, I've woken up and I've just been drenched in
Oh
sweat.
my
Like my bed,
God.
it's like water. It's drenched in sweat. And the comments were like, "Oh, like you have anxiety. Like, oh,
Mm-mm.
that's like what happens with PTSD." And I was like, "Girl, you have COVID." And then I saw that like she had responded and she was like, "It's COVID, everybody. It's COVID." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." When I tell you people, like if you are waking up with literally you get up and it looks like someone spilled a bucket of water on your sheets, like you're that sweaty in the middle of the night and you're not even like hot, right? Or even if you are hot, but like you have COVID, like go, yeah,
We
don't
talked about it
stay
in one of our
away.
episodes over the summer.
Yeah,
Maybe it was Red, White, and Royal
right.
Blue Part 1,
And I think
actually, when Rachel had COVID.
people still don't realize.
No. All right, we've done our last shot. It's time for Fuck, Marry, Kill. Exciting.
Woo!
Themed
It's
for our
exciting.
1-year anniversary. All right, Rachel, I'm gonna give you a softball question here. For your, we've already talked about her many times, favorite artist, Taylor Swift. So, Rachel, I picked 3 albums. I picked my 3 favorite albums because my opinion is the one that matters here. So,
That is
between
bold.
these 3 albums, who would you fuck, marry, and kill? Lover,
Why didn't we get to do my 3
Folklore,
favorite albums?
and Midnights. Because you didn't contribute to this. I sent you the thing multiple times and you never made any suggestions. So
Okay, well, I'm adding one right now for the albums
okay, fine.
that we can do.
Folklore, Lover, Midnights. Fuck, marry, kill.
This like should be hard, but it really isn't hard. I'm gonna kill Folklore. I'm sorry. My second favorite song of all time, My Tears Ricochet, is on Folklore, but just like I don't know, like I do listen to it quite a lot, but like just as far as like I don't know, like nostalgia or serotonin, it's like less. Okay, we're gonna marry Lover because that seems like the healthiest choice. And we're gonna fuck Midnights, obviously.
Okay, so I'm gonna marry Folklore actually because it feels very cozy to me, and I think that I would want a marriage that is just very cozy and introverted.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
And then the second one is tough because like I love Lover. Like there are songs on Lover that I love more than any other
Yeah, you
album.
really love Lover.
But there are also songs that I hate on Lover. Lover is very 50-50 for me. Like there are
yeah.
I'm like, this is fat, like Lover, Death by a Thousand Cuts, Cornelia Street, London Boy. I'm like, fabulous. Archer,
London Boy.
me, bleh, trash.
Oh, you
Anytime
don't like
anyone
Archer?
is like, I love Archer, I'm like, sorry, you don't have any, like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
Yeah.
why do you
It's
like
the
it?
lyrics,
It's so
I think.
boring.
The lyrics.
But
people relate to the lyrics.
it just doesn't, it's like such a
agree.
boring
I agree.
song. It's such a bad song.
I like
Like I think it's
Rings.
objective.
Paper
Rings. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So there's like the
Yeah.
majority of Lover I like, but there's also some real duds.
I saw a YouTube comment. I think I sent it to you, and it just really blew my mind. It was like under a Lana song, Lana Del Rey, and it was like, you know, Lana's really the first artist I've ever loved enough to like listen to one of her songs more than once a day. Like normally I get bored.
Ew.
And I was like, okay,
No.
so you've never liked any music? Like how can you like music? How can you like a song if you're not going to listen to it on repeat for at least a month? Like at least.
No, I know.
Like, okay. Yeah.
All right. While we're still on the subject of Taylor Swift albums, let's just do what's your fuck, marry, kill that you just came up with for Taylor Swift albums.
All right. Red, 1989, and Midnights.
Kill 1989. 100%. No hesitation. Kill 1989. Fuck Midnights, marry Red.
Fair enough.
It was much easier for me. What about you, Rachel?
Oh, good question. Oh, this is too hard. I don't know.
You
I honestly
came
don't
up
know.
with this. What do you mean this is too hard?
Well, I picked my 3 favorite albums, so I can't
have
participate.
You have to. There's no getting out of fuck, marry, kill.
I don't know, because if I killed 1989, I'd be giving up Clean. I'd be giving up Blank Space, which I know gets a lot of flack, but like really, it was
No,
like anti.
Blank
When it
Space
came
was
out, it was
good.
very much like I know I've seen recently people like shitting on it. It was very much like anti-hero level at the time. Like I feel like when it came out, it was like really like whoa, like this is Red though, like is Reputation and Red I listened to like all at once the most. Not counting Midnights because it's so new. But I don't know. I think I'd marry Red. I guess fuck Midnights and kill 1989.
Wow. All right. It's the same vibe.
Well, because we have to kill 1989. She had an eating disorder.
That's true.
That was when her eating. Well, she still has an eating disorder, but like that was when it was the worst.
All right. Okay. So on to listener. You listen to our podcast for romance novels. We do talk about Taylor Swift pretty frequently, but this is not a Taylor Swift podcast. So we're gonna do some romance novel themed ones. All right, Rachel, fuck, marry, kill. Our favorite toxic villain, favorite toxic heroes. Ready? Miles
Mhm.
from Ugly Love, Alex Volkov, and the art thief villain from Princess Switch 3, whose name I
Are you not
forgot.
gonna say what Alex Volkov is from?
Alex Volkov from Twisted Love. I knew his
Yeah.
last name, so I was like, I feel it's just, I was the only one whose
I think
name
that's
I
easy.
remembered. Right.
That's easy for me. I'm
You go.
gonna kill Alex
I knew
Volkov.
it.
Fuck Miles, because honestly, like, I don't think his trauma is fully and also he's just like so annoying during the book. Like,
Uh-huh.
and the art thief, I wouldn't even classify the art thief as toxic. Like, the art thief just seems like a friendly little soft boy who, like,
No. I mean the one that
absolutely.
the villain. I don't mean like the cute Asian one who ends up with one of the Vanessa Hutchins. I mean the one
Okay.
who they rob in the movie.
Oh, fuck.
That's who I
Okay.
mean.
Well, because the Asian love interest also is like low-key an art thief too, right?
Oh,
Like he
yes.
does.
He was like fired from
Yeah, okay.
Interpol for unknown reasons,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
definitely from
Yeah.
allegedly stealing the crown jewels.
Yeah. Oh God.
No. I mean
Okay.
the
That's a
actual
tough
villain.
one.
So I guess Toxic Heroes wasn't the right description. I mean the actual villain, like the one that they rob.
Mm. That's tougher. I feel like he'd be easier to like ignore. I don't know. I guess I'd have to marry Miles and then fuck that guy.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really want to marry Miles though. But
No.
yeah.
All right, so I would kill Miles. I don't think he goes down on Tate once, so like I immediately out.
Yeah, fair.
I don't remember. Maybe he does. Okay, so I would fuck the art thief from Princess Switch 3 because I just think he would be a time and a half in the sack. And I would marry Alex Volkov mostly because he's a billionaire and he's already a
Oh, that's
dick.
true.
He's already a dick. Like, and I know there are no ethical billionaires, but he's like already a bad person. So it's like I'm going in with my eyes wide open, you know. And he's a
Yeah,
billionaire. Like
true.
he has.
I bet the art thief guy is a billionaire too,
Oh,
though.
he is, but like I feel like he would like I would fuck him. You know what I mean? He would be crazy. Like he'd just be absolutely insane.
He's also like Alex will stalk you to London and follow you around for a
Yes.
year.
Right. So like if
Is the
I'm
thing.
married
So
to
it's
him,
not
like he doesn't
good.
need to do it.
Oh,
Know what
okay.
I
Well,
mean?
but
Like
the
he's already
art thief
got
guy,
me.
I feel like, yeah. Okay.
The art thief guy canonically does not stalk people who break up with him. So he's a good
Yeah,
like one night
exactly.
stand.
Right. But he might be better to. Oh, true. Okay.
You know.
Be
Okay.
better to marry. Oh, that's true. Right. Well, then you got to kill. That's why you got to kill Alex. To be honest,
No, I'm gonna kill
Miles wouldn't stalk you
Miles. I'm
either.
gonna kill Miles. Cause like what if I'm on a plane and Miles is on the plane and he's so upset that I broke up with him that he like crashes the plane.
Get out of here.
You're telling me that's not something that Miles would do?
Yeah.
You're telling me
Okay.
that's not what he would do?
Because he is a pilot. Oh, he was the
He's a
pilot?
pilot.
Oh my God. Stop. Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. Our rom-com sweet boy semi-alpha heroes, Levi Ward, Adam Carlson, Dr. Adam Carlson, apologies, / Kylo Ren, and Joshua Templeton from the Love on the Brain, the Love Hypothesis, and the Hating Game, respectively. Arguably the 3 most popular rom-coms that we've done.
I mean, this isn't really hard for me either. I think I'd have to kill Levi just because I just don't.
Interesting.
I don't think I'd be attracted to him. I don't know why. I just can't explain. Like, I like the book, but like I just think personally it's a no for me. Marry Adam Carlson. Fuck Joshua Templeton.
Okay. Similar but different. Definitely marry Adam Carlson for sure. Kill Joshua Templeton because I just think he's weird, and he painted his bedroom the color of her eyes, which is that's just weird, but not in a cute way. You know?
See, that's kind of how I feel about Levi. Like he's a little
and
too like...
Levi I would fuck because Allie Hazelwood really went off with those sex scenes in Love on the Brain. Like she went a lot harder than she did in Love Hypothesis. So like I think Levi would be a good lay. Yeah.
See, I don't think he would. He absolutely wouldn't objectively. We're supposed to think he is, but like
right. I'm just thinking in the context of
what
the
they
book.
do.
I'm thinking in the context of the book.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Time for our historical romance, laddies. We have Reese Winterborne, Anthony Bridgerton. You can choose to do Anthony Bridgerton from the book or the show. Ian McKenzie from The Madness of Lord Ian McKenzie.
I don't know. You can go first.
All right, so I'd marry Reese Winterborne, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously. I would fuck Ian McKenzie because I just think he would be so single-minded about my pleasure, like in particular. Like I think he's just so like, I want you to get off a gazillion times in a row.
Yeah,
And I
fair
would kill
enough.
Anthony Bridgerton because in the book, he doesn't once touch her clitoris. In the
Mm.
show, Anthony Bridgerton is feral and he likes to go down on his wife. But I am doing book Anthony Bridgerton in this case.
I don't know. I don't really want any of them. Let's be real. They all have STDs. I really don't want chlamydia.
Okay,
Are
Rachel,
they coming to the
romance.
future? Are they? Listen, are they coming to the future or am I going to the past? Because either way, like, but still.
You're going to their time period.
Okay, well,
And they
that's
don't.
not
Okay, you're
helpful.
going to their time period, but they don't have STDs. Somehow they don't have STDs. Okay. That for romance reasons, they don't have STDs.
But am I gonna die in childbirth?
I can't guarantee that. But French letters do exist and there is historical contraception. So
I guess I'd marry Ian McKenzie. Fuck Anthony because I think it'd just be over faster. Kill Reese.
This is why your hatred of Reese Winterborne was my thorn. The year.
Listen,
it really
Reese
stabs me in the chest every time. I love him so much.
The thing is that Reese Winterborne's whole MO is like, you fucked me, now you have to marry me, right? So that would just be a polygamist. That's the thing. Like,
no. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's get on to our monster babies. We have our super monster babies, Wrath, Acheron, and Vectal. Who are you fucking marrying, killing? Wrath from Dark Lover, Acheron from Sing Me to Sleep, and Vectal from Ice Planet Barbarians.
All right. Kill Wrath.
But he's a cat.
Marry Acheron. Fuck Vectal. They're all cats.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to
Vectal
agree
is
with
the
you
cat.
there, actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. Like, definitely marry Acheron because, like, he's
All right. Next one.
Edward Cullen, Matthew Lennox from Blackstone Dragon, and Hades from Neon Gods.
Oh, jeez. I think we'd have to kill Edward. Sorry. We can fuck Matthew Lennox. Because there is a sex scene from that book that's like been stuck in my head ever since we read it. Marry Hades.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Eddie boy.
Okay.
We just, you know what, Edward, if we got some sort of canonical...
Edward is suicidal anyway, is the thing.
He is suicidal constantly, but if we got some confirmation from Eddie boy that he was good in bed, you know what I mean? If we had actually gotten an explicit sex scene in the Twilight Saga, and we haven't done Breaking Dawn yet, so maybe you folks can weigh in, but we'll discuss that more in Breaking Dawn, which is next week's episode, starting next week. So tune in for our kickoff to the new year with, of course, the Twilight Saga, the finale of the Twilight Saga.
All right, next. So Brendan Fraser / Rick O'Connell from The Lost Island, right?
The Mummy. The Mummy.
Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry. Brendan Fraser / Rick O'Connell from The Mummy. Brendan Taggart from It Happened One Summer. And Alex from
People We Meet on
Vacation. You can't, the initials are not going to work for me personally, but anyway, okay, interesting.
So these are like soft boy heroes. Like are like, oh, like you're hot and like kind of alpha-y, but you also have emotions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm killing Alex.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, come on. None of them are going to be a good choice to kill.
That's true.
Marrying, I think Rick. I think marrying Rick. I don't fuck Brendan. Only because, I mean, that would really fuck Brendan up just to like hit him and quit it. But, but there is that like huge population depletion of the crabs. So maybe he'd have to find a new career. Just because like I don't think I'd want someone, unless I really didn't like the person I was married to, I wouldn't really want them to be away for long periods on like a deadly fucking boating like like that's not for me. I'm not a fisherman's wife. Like you do not have to worry about me.
Yeah, see, this is like really difficult because there's arguments for each thing. Because like on one hand, like marrying Rick, like Rick is a colonizer. Like I'm sorry, like no matter which way you split it, Rick is a colonizer. Like he's fighting for France and Egypt in the beginning of the 20th century. Like sorry, we can't. And yeah, Brendan's gone for a long period of time, but he is, at least in the book world, very rich. And Alex is a school teacher. Who are canonic, just real world, not very poor, unfortunately. Pay your teachers more. I do also like to be alone a lot, though. I do
Yeah.
like my solitary time. So actually, yeah, so marry Brendan, fuck Rick, kill Alex.
Fair enough. The thing is, it wouldn't be like voluntary alone time, if that makes sense. It would be like based on the fishing schedule. So it wouldn't be like,
I know, but I
you know, it'd
kind
be,
of
and then
like,
when they are there, you'd feel like pressured to like do a lot of things, I feel like, together. But I don't know. Right. Yeah. No, it could be nice. Depends.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to our lovely ladies. Okay, so we have Billy from Destiny's Surrender, Bella Swan, naturally, and Evie from The Mummy.
I think I'd fuck Billy, marry Evie, kill Bella. It
Yeah.
wasn't tough, actually. It was.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the way to go. That was too easy, though. The
Yeah.
softball. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
potentially a little bit harder. Going back to our Princess Switch theme, Stacy, Margaret, and Fiona. All Vanessa
Oh,
Hudgens, but
God.
in different iterations.
See, yeah, it's not really hard either. Well, I'd fuck Fiona, marry Margaret because she's a fucking queen, like literally, and kill Stacy. Sorry, Stacy. Although Stacy does make good treats, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, definitely fuck Fiona.
But Margaret has people that she pays to make good treats, so.
Well, that's the thing is if you marry Stacy, are you the king? Like, are you the one that is like in charge? Because right, so Margaret is the queen like by right, like she's the queen, whereas Stacy is the queen
Exactly.
consort.
Oh.
So if you marry Margaret, you're the like consort. But what are you
The
if you
king
marry
consort.
Stacy in the rules of this game?
Nothing because she won't
Oh,
have
she's
any
poor?
like she.
Oh yeah, kill Stacy.
Well, yeah.
Kill Stacy.
Well, yeah, because if you're,
marry
or does that
Margaret.
make you the king?
Well,
Right.
that's the
That's what, I
thing.
guess
Like,
I
what
get
are
what you're
what
saying.
are we saying?
Does that mean that you're the king? You inhabit his like position?
Yeah.
No, I feel like you're just you.
Okay.
And she's just whatever she'd be without the king. Well, I don't know. Maybe he dies. Maybe she's a widow. He dies.
If she's the bakery lady, then kill Stacy. If she is married to the king, actually still kill
like
Stacy.
she's a widow.
Because I wouldn't
She's a
want to
widow.
be the king. That's a lot of
No,
responsibility.
again, that's what I keep saying. She's a widow of the king. The king dies. She now has. I mean, I'm sure they don't just put you out on the street if you're the widow of the king.
Yeah, now you're reliant on other people's charity.
But not really. Like, I'm sure there's like a trust for her or something. And without any of the responsibility of being a royal.
True.
Probably some responsibility, but like much less probably.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
fine. Kill her if she's poor.
Yeah, honestly, marry her. I just talked myself into that. Yeah.
Now we're such assholes. All right, last one, Rachel.
Margaret's boring.
Are you ready for this? All right, this is not based on our episodes, Taylor or Rachel, but it is kind of also based on our episodes. All right, we are going to do which of Taylor Swift's alleged girlfriends would you fuck, marry, or kill? Carly Kloss, the model, who is now married to, I would like to emphasize, a Kushner, and who is the sister-in-law of Ivanka Trump.
Yeah.
Diana Argon, who is from Glee. She's from Glee, and that's basically it. And Emily Poe, who is not from anything, but was the fiddle player on Taylor Swift's first tour and is like allegedly her first girlfriend.
You go first.
I don't know. I was hoping you would go first. All right, let's talk through this. Benefits. So Carly Kloss, obviously a Victoria's Secret model. Diana Agrod can sing, but also on Glee. Emily Poe, not rich, but probably the most normal.
That's true. Okay, well, here's what I'll say about Carly Kloss. I actually don't think the right-wing thing is the biggest thing in her, like, negative for her, because I actually don't think they're that involved. Like, she's married to Jared Kushner's brother, but I don't think that, like, that doesn't mean that they have to be directly supporting the Trump. You know what I mean? Like, That's not a rule. The biggest thing in her favor is that she was definitely really shitty to Taylor. Like,
That's true. The number of
so for
sad songs
me,
we've gotten.
right, like, and the fact that, yeah, they had some kind of falling out, right? And, like, so I'm loyal to Taylor, so it's like if she was mean to Taylor, like, come on. I don't know.
Allegedly mean.
I mean, they're not friends anymore, so something
Yeah, but they
happened,
have
right?
publicly all of the things that they have said is like, yeah, we just like, we don't keep in touch as much, but like we're
Right.
still
I
friends.
just
They haven't publicly said that they had a falling out.
yeah, I
So
just don't trust her. I think she, like, ditched her. I think she ditched her in 2016 when the rest of the world that's what I think. And that's just reeks of betrayal, and I don't like it.
okay.
Where's your loyalty? I was loyal. I was in the trenches. So
I
I'm
was
sorry.
there.
Like, Carly, right. If we were having this conversation in like 2016, I'd probably say, or 2015, I'd probably say Carly, marry hands down, or at least fuck, but she's gonna have to die. I think marry Diana Argon, fuck Emily Poe. I don't know that much about Emily Poe.
I don't know
though.
anything about
I
Emily
had to
Poe
Google
other
what
than
she
the
looked
fact that I
like.
watched a TikTok that was like, here are all of Taylor Swift's alleged girlfriends. And she was the
Right,
first
right,
one.
right.
Okay, I agree with
Okay.
you. Kill Carly Kloss. Just because I feel like Carly Kloss would be a pillow princess. She feels like a pillow princess to me. And I'm not into that. For me, personally. For those of you that don't know, a pillow princess is someone who just like lays back and lets their partner like go at them and doesn't necessarily reciprocate. So kill Carly Kloss, marry Diana Argon because I'm assuming she's got that Glee residuals money. Like I'm assuming that's coming in, and then fuck Emily Poe. She's a fiddle player. I bet she's got like master hands. Like I bet she can do some fancy shit with her hands. Emily Poe, hypothetically,
Fair enough.
allegedly. This is all alleged.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That is the end of our fuck, marry, kill game. We already kind of talked about goals for the year. I'd like to get to 100,000 next year at least. I feel like we can probably go more than that because the beginning of this year was like we were only getting a few hundred downloads like every month because like we were still finding new people, finding you guys. So like if each of you told one person to download the podcast, that's it. There we go. Boom. My other goal is I would like to create some sort of group. We've kind of been talking about this for a long time, but I do think that it would be very useful in terms of creating a community. I would like to create some sort of group. The two options now are Facebook and Discord, but if there's like another place to create a group, let us know. All right, last but not least, we had to do it. We got to give a cat scale rating to our first year of podcasting.
Okay.
I'm going to be totally honest. I don't really know how to like go about establishing this. Like, I don't know whether it's like an average
choice.
of all of our cat scale books or whether it's just vibes.
We did personally increase the number of cats in our lives.
That's true. We did
200%. Actually, an infinite amount, technically. Yeah.
You get two cats.
Infinite percent, technically.
I'm campaigning to get a third cat because we found out one of our first cat, Evie, she had kittens, and one of her kittens is still up for adoption. So I am campaigning to adopt that cat. All right, cat scale rating. Do you have an idea?
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, we based a whole podcast off the cat scale.
It's going to be a 200 out of 10, yeah.
We did base this podcast on the influence of cats on romance novels.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I feel like it's like, is it like arrogant to give ourselves a 10 out of 10?
No, of course not. But it's cats. We are cats. It's cat filled.
We are cats. All right. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
1,000.
That's not an option. 10. 1,000 is not. So what's the average? 505 out of 10.
Yeah. Wow, that's fast. Good job.
505 out of 10. Look at me. I didn't even have to use my calculator for that. I did that all in my head.
That's impressive.
So 505 out of 10 for this year. Congratulations to us. I'm so glad the Academy has chosen to honor us in this way. And here's to another year of
We're so
exciting
grateful.
developments. If you have any suggestions of things that we could do better, things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you want out of the podcast, let us know.
Alison, where can they find us? Where can they find us?
God. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at We Read It One Night. You can find us on Twitter at We Read It Podcast. You can find us on Redbubble as well as at We Read It Podcast, where you can buy our lovely, lovely merch. And maybe there will be new merch releasing soon that you could like even purchase for the holidays. You can also leave us a rating and review wherever you're listening. To be fair, that was a lot harder for me this time because I have had 5 ounces of tequila, a mimosa, and
Okay. You drink the whole apple cider already? All right.
I finished. Yeah.
On that note,
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Godspeed. Godspeed, comrades.
Godspeed.